Morning students, how are you all? I hope you all are doing good and studying well. Students, we have completed the 2 chapters for history section. Now today I am going to explain the first chapter of your history section, that is the resources. We have already done the work for this chapter, but I am going to explain this chapter so that you all can get a better understanding of the chapter. So let's begin. Students, the chapter is resources, about the resources. Then what are resources? Resources क्या होती हैं? So resources refers to all the materials available in our environment which help us to satisfy our needs. The resources वो भी चीज़ें होती हैं, all the materials, all the substances that are available in our environment, in our surrounding, that helps us to satisfy our needs. These are called natural resources. Then the examples of resources are a large variety of rocks, soils, minerals, natural vegetation and animals. These are all gifts of nature that are available to us, and we consume them after converting them, after processing them and changing them into a resource. For example, a waterfall is a gift of nature. It has force which can be used to drive a water wheel. हम एग्जाम्पल ले सकते हैं. As you can see over here, waterfall. A waterfall is a gift of nature. तो ये जो क्या है, it is a gift of nature to us. But हम इसे कंज्यूम करने के लिए क्या करते हैं? वी कन्वर्ट इट इनटू अ रिसोर्स. और रिसोर्सेस को प्रोसेस करने के लिए कोई भी नेचुरल सब्सटेंस मटेरियल अगर आवर सराउंडिंग में अवेलेबल है, टू कन्वर्ट इट इनटू अ रिसोर्स वी यूज़ द टेक्नोलॉजीज. हम टेक्नोलॉजी का यूज़ करते हैं टू डेवलप द materials into resource. When a technique was developed to harness this force of falling water, it became a resource. Nowadays falling water is used to generate hydroelectricity. As you all know that falling water से ही जब भी waterfalls होते हैं, उससे through the technologies हाइड्रो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी को जनरेट किया जाता है. देन उसे इलेक्ट्रिसिटी सप्लाई करी जाती है और हम उसे कंज्यूम करते हैं, यूज़ करते हैं. देन स्टूडेंट्स, देयर आर 2 फैक्टर्स विच कैन a substance into a resource, that is technology and time. Human beings are an important resource. स्टूडेंट्स, जब तक ह्यूमन बींग्स ही ना होंगे, who will change a substance into a resource, who will convert a material into a resource? तो ये human beings ही होते हैं. These are the most valuable resources. It is their knowledge and skill that led to the creation of resources. If we take an example, the mineral deposit in USA were not valuable to the natives, but when the Europeans migrated to this region, they explored and developed the minerals deposit and acquired the value of a resource. तो if we talk about the USA, तो USA में जो भी mineral deposits हैं, उसकी वैल्यू, उसके बारे में नेटिव्स वहाँ के जो हैं, जो भी लोकल पीपल है वहाँ के, they were not known about that. But when the Europeans गॉन ओवर देयर, उन्होंने वहाँ पर एक्सप्लोर किया, डेवलप किया, डिग किया और पता लगाया थ्रू द टेक्नोलॉजी कि यहाँ पर मिनरल्स डिपॉजिट हैं. देन मिनरल डिपॉजिट्स को उन्होंने एक्सट्रैक्ट करवाया एंड इट बिकेम अ रिसोर्स. उसकी वैल्यू बढ़ गई. But there are still many things in the world whose actual value is either not known to us or we do not possess suitable technology to use them. बट स्टिल वर्ल्ड में अभी भी बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं, बहुत सारे मटेरियल्स हैं जिसकी एक्चुअल वैल्यू इज़ नॉट नोन टू अस, या फिर उससे एक्सट्रैक्ट अगर हमें उनकी वैल्यू क्वांटिटी पता भी है तो वी डोंट हैव द सुटेबल टेक्नोलॉजी टू यूज़ देम. नाउ स्टूडेंट्स, द रिसोर्सेज आर जनरली क्लासिफाइड इनटू three kinds, that are natural resources, human made resources and human resources. Then what are natural resources? Natural resources are the resources that are available in our natural environment. For example, land, air, water, soil, minerals, natural vegetation and fossil fuels, etc. But these natural resources, some of them are consumed directly and some of them are consumed after the processing. For example, air, water and foods can be used directly, can be consumed directly, but minerals, they have to be separated from ores to use them. फॉर एग्जाम्पल क्रूड ऑयल जो होता है, पेट्रोलियम, उसी में रिफाइन किया जाता है रिफाइनरीज में, उसमें से पेट्रोल को, डीजल को, वैक्स को एक्सट्रैक्ट करने के लिए देन दे केम इनटू अवर यूज. Then students, on the basis of origin, resources are classified into biotic and abiotic resources. Biotic resources क्या होती हैं? Biotic resources are also known as living resources. They include plants, animal and microorganisms. तो बायोटिक रिसोर्सेज आर लिविंग रिसोर्सेज होती हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल प्लांट्स, एनिमल एंड माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म. And some other examples of biotic resources are forest, agricultural crops and wild and domestic animals, and these resources are renewable. They have the capacity to reproduce, to regenerate themselves. But for reproduction, for regeneration, they need a suitable or favorable environmental conditions. Then what are abiotic resources? Abiotic resources are known as non-living resources. We found them from the physical or non-living environment, such as land, water, air, minerals and power resources. These all are abiotic resources, and these also are non-renewable. Once they exhausted, they cannot be renewed. अगर ये resources exhaust हो गई एक बार, तो ये इनके अंदर खुद को renew करने की capacity नहीं होती है. And these abiotic resources are in great demand for the development of industries. और ये जो abiotic resources हैं, इनकी ही डिमांड ज़्यादा है in the industries, in the development of industries and also for the processing, for the consumption also. Then students, on the basis of development, resources are classified into potential resources and actual resources. अब ये पोटेंशियल रिसोर्सेज क्या होती हैं? दोज रिसोर्सेज हुज टोटल अवेलेबल क्वालिटी एंड ऑल्सो क्वांटिटी इज नॉट नोन एट प्रेजेंट आर कॉल्ड पोटेंशियल रिसोर्सेज. वो रिसोर्सेज जिसकी टोटल अवेलेबल क्वांटिटी, कहाँ पर कितनी है, ये हमें एट प्रेजेंट नहीं पता है, बट इन फ्यूचर थ्रू द यूज ऑफ सुटेबल टेक्नोलॉजी हमें पता लग सकता है कि कहाँ पर कितनी रिसोर्सेज अवेलेबल हैं. इसके लिए सर्वेज आर नीडेड, डिटेल्ड सर्वेज आर नीडेड. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ यू टेक एन एग्जाम्पल, अफ्रीका हैज़ ग्रेट पोटेंशियल फॉर द जनरेशन ऑफ हाइड्रो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी. अफ्रीका में वाटरफॉल्स अबेंडेंस में है, तो वहाँ पर काफ़ी पोटेंशियल है वाटरफॉल्स की. उससे हम लोग हाइड्रो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी को जनरेट कर सकते हैं फॉर आवर फ्यूचर यूज, बट सुटेबल टेक्नोलॉजी विल बी नीडेड फॉर दैट. Then what are actual or developed resources? Those resources whose total quantity and quality are at present known are called actual or developed resources. So those resources जिसकी total quality और quantity हमें अभी present time में पता है, and these resources are called actual or developed resources. For example, wind blowing at a high speed was a potential resource about 200 years ago, but a number of windmills have been installed in many parts of the world to harness wind energy. About 200 years, if we talk about the past, about 200 years, तो wind blowing, जो भी wind उस टाइम पे हाई स्पीड पे ब्लो कर रही थी, वो एक पोटेंशियल रिसोर्स थी, क्योंकि उस टाइम पे हमारे पास did not have the technology to use it to harness it. बट अभी हमारे पास प्रेजेंट टाइम में टेक्नोलॉजी है, हम विंड मिल्स को इंस्टॉल किया जाता है उस विंड एनर्जी को हार्नेस करने के लिए, और उससे इलेक्ट्रिसिटी भी प्रोड्यूस करी जाती है. द विंड मिल्स सच एज इन द नीदरलैंड्स एंड तमिलनाडु नाउ जनरेट इलेक्ट्रिसिटी. सो अभी वो जो विंड एनर्जी है वो हमारे लिए एक्चुअल और डेवलप्ड रिसोर्स बन चुकी है. देन ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ रिन्यूएबिलिटी, resources are classified into renewable resources and non-renewable resources. So students, it is very common that those resources which have the capacity to renew themselves, to reproduce themselves, are called renewable resources, such as solar and wind energy. सोलर और विंड एनर्जी जो होती है, दीज आर रिन्यूएबल रिसोर्सेज, एज दीज आर इनएग्जॉस्टिबल भी हम इसे कहते हैं कि ये कभी भी एग्जॉस्ट नहीं होगी. और हाँ, ये जो है तो खुद को रिन्यू करने के लिए, रीजेनरेट करने के लिए, रिप्रोड्यूस करने के लिए इन्हें केमिकल, फिजिकल या मैकेनिकल प्रोसेस की नीड होती है. एंड to get renewed, to get regenerate, they also need favorable environmental conditions. Now non-renewable resources are those resources which are available in fixed quantity. For example, minerals and fossil fuels are called non-renewable or exhaustible resources. So मिनरल्स एंड फॉसिल फ्यूल्स ऐसे रिसोर्सेज हैं जो कि नॉन रिन्यूएबल है. दे डोंट हैव द कैपेसिटी टू रिप्रोड्यूस, टू रीजनरेट देमसेल्व्स, एंड आफ्टर अ फिक्स्ड स्पैन ऑफ टाइम दे विल गेट एग्जॉस्टेड. Then on the basis of distribution, resources are classified into ubiquitous or localized. Students, do you know that resources are not uniformly distributed, are not equally distributed all over the earth? Some resources are found at some place, but the same resources are not found on the other place. So according to their distribution, resources are classified into ubiquitous or localized, and resources that are found everywhere like air and sunlight are called ubiquitous resources, and resources which are found at certain places on earth are known as localized resources. For example, minerals such as gold, silver, and other metals also. Then students, come to the next topic, that is human-made resources. As we all know that human-made resources are the resources that are made by the human effort, and we use these resources to satisfy human needs. Human beings are capable of changing such natural resources into useful products. They use their knowledge and skills to develop technology to convert the natural resources into useful products. As I said earlier, कि human beings are the most valuable resources. These are the human beings who convert the natural resources into resources for our use. So the resources that are developed by human beings are buildings, roads, machineries and vehicles, and also the technologies, also the products that are manufactured at factories, industries are also human made resources. Then the next is the human resources. As I told earlier, that human resources are the most important, most valuable resources. They are the greatest resource on the earth, and they are capable of making the best use of natural resources through their knowledge, skills and technology. These are only human beings who can discover, exploit, develop and convert the available or potential resources into useful products or wealth. And any country, any place, any city which wants to progress must take care of both its natural and human resources. तो human resources की केयर करना और साथ ही साथ अपने नेचुरल सराउंडिंग्स की, नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज को कंजर्व करने की नीड हमें है for our future generation also, for the present time also. Now your last topic is conservation of resources. Students, there is a great need to conserve the natural resources. Otherwise, some natural resources that are inexhaustible such as wind, air, sunlight, वो रिसोर्सेज तो हमारे पास रहेंगी, बट मिनरल्स जिनकी फॉसिल फ्यूल जिनकी डिमांड एट प्रेजेंट ज़्यादा है इन for the manufacturing process in the industries, in the factories, and these resources are exhaustible. Once they exhaust, they cannot be reproduced, regenerate. So for our future generation and for the present time also, we need to conserve the resources. And the continuous rise in population also caused an increasing demand for resources. using तो जो भी एज पॉपुलेशन राइज हो रही है, डे बाय डे बढ़ती जा रही है, तो इसकी वजह से क्या हो रहा है, डिमांड्स भी बढ़ रही है रिसोर्सेज के लिए. सो उन रिसोर्सेज को उन्हें प्रॉपरली कंज्यूम करना, देन उन्हें कंजर्व करना, उसे उन्हें इन अ प्रॉपर वे यूटिलाइज करना. दीज आर आवर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, ये ह्यूमन बीइंग्स की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज़ है. Using natural resources carefully without wasting them is called conservation of resources. When we use natural resources properly for today's need and also conserve them for the future generation, it is called sustainable development of resources. So, जब हम नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज को इन अ प्रॉपर वे यूज़ करते हैं, यूटिलाइज करते हैं और उसे कंजर्व करते हैं फॉर द फ्यूचर जनरेशन, ताकि हमारी आने वाली जनरेशन कैन यूज़ इट, देन इट इज़ कॉल्ड एज सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट ऑफ रिसोर्सेज. सो स्टूडेंट्स, we must reduce the damage done to our natural environment. This is our responsibility to make a sincere effort to save our natural resources for the future of our planet. So students, that's it for today. Your chapter has been completed. So you all must have to watch the video to understand the chapter. So for now, thank you and take care.